E-Sailors, the Doctoral network. Please tell us more.
Don't leave, we need you apply to the doctoral positions of this network. There's a huge amount of money for all the students who apply.
Thank you, Jan. Yes, as discussed with one of my other space colleagues, how do you get people to a space education meeting, offer them a lot of money, and I hope by the end we can all be sure that there is some money in this project. It all needs your application. But first day, last presentation, I think that's always a challenge, and is that why we are not in space? Because it's challenging and life doesn't get boring too soon. For that, this is one of the projects which has been in the works for over 3 years now, but the study has been going on for about 10 years, and now it's the time when we can actually hand it over to doctoral students to lead the way and show us how it's done. A mission which is very student-centric called the Electric Solar Wind Sail, and it goes on that all of you are wind sailors or solar wind sailors. This project got funded through the Marie Curie Actions Doctoral Network, and it talks about trying to travel the solar system in novel ways, and one of the ways which you're probably hearing a lot around on different missions and different presentations already is using the electric solar tether, which is supposedly kilometers long of ultra-thin metallic wire, which will be interacting with the solar wind and will try to propel itself away from the Earth if you charge it positively. And if you charge it negatively, then it would also be used as a plasma brake for deorbiting satellites, which are currently in the orbit. So some solution from the population of the LEO can also be solved using this technology, right? And the goal is more towards making the future of space travel more sustainable. So we are reducing the onboard mass, onboard propellant, so that we can actually move further from certain planets which are currently restricted by our traditional space propulsion technologies. As a small example, we have what we call as the chemical propulsion, which is an internal tank which uses some kind of fluid or air to move. The electric propulsion, light sail, are the traditional ones which are helping spacecrafts move through the solar system and even beyond at the moment. But of course, they do carry some form of weight, which is restricting us to move further than some of the planets which we'll see in the future slide. However, by putting extremely light tethers on small spacecrafts would enable us to reduce the onboard mass and also hopefully be able to move from what we call as the LEO demonstrations or lower Earth demonstration missions to actually missions that would utilize the solar sail and move further and investigate other planetary bodies. From a vision point of view, the science looks very straightforward in simple English, but when you do it on math, it really gets complicated. But that's the challenge that you would be solving, and that's why we are inviting you to apply to this program. From a diagrammatic explanation, the solar wind contains plasma ions. An electric tether would interact with it, and if the spin plane of the satellite aligns well with the solar wind, then we'll be able to propel further in space. Simple explanation. That's what we wrote in the proposal, got rejected, wrote it again, got rejected, third time got accepted with some money to offer. Right. Now this picture is blurred on purpose. Based on your efforts, it will probably get more focused with time. But so far, the current status is that the solar sail does not go beyond 5 AU. Beyond Jupiter, it starts to lose its momentum. It starts to lose the influence with which it's able to propel itself, for which the electric sail actually would help us to go beyond 5 AU and potentially beyond the heliosphere, due to which we'll be able to also navigate beyond the influence of the sun as well, using the momentum that it has been generated. Right. So for this, European Union thought it's a really novel idea and helped us to investigate this entire mission scope by offering 15 doctoral positions, and they're all categorized into developing a mission design for in-space demonstrations, so moving out of lower Earth orbit missions and going beyond investigating the moon, small bodies, and also characterizing the solar wind, which comes under the planetary exploration track. We are able to develop more advanced propulsion, which is away from traditional propulsions like chemical and solar sails, but using more tether harnessed propulsions. This would be also good to reduce the size of the spacecraft, so you can actually launch more CubeSats and nanocrafts rather than one rocket carrying one big washing machine sized spacecrafts, but you can actually go smaller to CubeSat and nanocraft scales. And moreover, all of this involves a lot of open source research, a lot of repeatable research, and recognizable research, for which it's not just you who's doing the research, but an entire community that's been able to develop this sort of a mission that is helping us to sort of explore other planetary bodies as well. The consortium, which solves also other comments from the previous presentations, was that this consortium is something that we're very proud of, which includes the university and academic institutions, as well as includes, has identified and includes industry collaboration as well. So the project is written in a way that the doctoral students would actually be placed at a host institution in an academic setting, but they will also have secondments which would put them directly in collaboration and actually in-house with the industry, so that they can realistically develop the methods that they're doing, find business ventures, be entrepreneurial, and possibly bridge the gap that comes between academic and industrial applications. The mission and the project is being coordinated at the University of Tartu at Tartu Observatory, which is actively working on recruitment right now. Something to show that this is pan-European, which means that it's not just consolidated in one country itself. The students, the doctoral candidates, will have the possibility to move through each of these universities, each of these companies, so they get the exposure. They're able to develop the mission in a way that it is intended to, and using all the tracks, we should be able to, in the end, develop a mission that is able to be launched at a point of time when the scientific objectives are made clear. Just to show that this is not just any other project which has been funded and is static at the moment. We have well-defined work packages where institutes like University of Tartu is doing the mission design and configuration for the mission. KTH is doing the mission and science leadership. Dresden in Germany is working on the propulsion design. Aalto, which is also participating university where we are right now, is working on the platform design, something which their presentations have highlighted at large scales. We also have Italy coming in with the software and modeling at University of Pisa. In Latvia, we have Riga Technical University doing the dissemination, and University of Pisa having 2 work packages. There will be another university, Ventspils, which is also hosting PhD students, so even Latvia is heavily involved. Right, just to show a small concept of what this technology is possible of doing, we investigate or ride the solar wind, where we are able to possibly characterize what kind of effects, what kind of plasma interactions are we able to have. So that forwards solar sciences and also gives us a better criteria of what's happening with the sun. This is possible to, at the moment, the science is very well defined for lower Earth orbits, where we've had launches like S-Cube and Foresail, and in good positivity that when Foresail tries to unreel their tether, then we will have some success or unsuccessful stories from S-Cube. So the science is really strong. We have both sides of the coin. We know the success rates, we know the unsuccessful rates. Now we just need to move out from the low Earth orbit, possibly to the lunar orbit, characterize the solar sail, and also study the moon. From there, we can move on to the asteroid belt, which is a well-established project at Tartu Observatory using the multi-asteroid touring concept. Moving forward, at the moment, the current junction at propulsions is by Jupiter, but we can move forward. And given now we have had 3 interstellar objects which have already entered the Earth and entered the inner solar system and have moved out, possibly this would be one of the propulsion techniques which would be able to catch up to those interstellar objects as well. Right. And as a part of the education sector, this is equally as important from the mission, whereas from the education side as well. We hope that this mission brings in a foundational understanding of propulsion and mission design in the European Foundation itself. So it caters to the European market and then moves outwards. With the industrial collaborators, we will have back and forth and a general understanding of how the industry can contribute to the academic needs, which is also comes in that they would be directly contributing with the doctoral program, which makes it even more innovative and relevant. And in the long run, it should become a sustainable project as well. Boosting the research and innovative capacity, we would envisage that either the industry moves out of it through spin-offs, through entrepreneurial mindset, or the doctoral students actually move forward into the industry as well to develop this technology. And of course, given that it is an international project, we are looking for internationalization by default. Right. To conclude, yes, we have a science mission and we have allocated funding. So all we need is your applications for us to be able to invite you to this mission. That's what students need. They need science, they need challenges, and they need money. We have all 3 at the moment. So use it till it lasts. We also have a poster, so you're more than welcome to come and discuss. And Tartu Observatory has a booth where we can discuss this forward in person as well. With that, thank you for your attention.
Questions? Comments? Excellent presentation, and at least I would like to promote these PhD positions also at our university. That would be a great opportunity to continue career development. So now we have 5 minutes time to discuss overall. Would you like to have some reflections of all the presentations before going to the poster session? I thought it was a really inspiring session, and lots of facts, and not just fun, but scientific facts, how to engage us all to new visionary futures of the space economy. Thank you.
It was interesting to hear from Jan that people move to industry and then industry doesn't care what's happening in academia because it feels it's not progressing. I think it's projects like these that are actually bridging the gap. So when these projects are written, they are written in a way that the industry recognizes what's happening at the academia. And in this case, an academic institution is leading the project, which means that it gets to develop first and then go forward to the industry. So it's a back and forth, and I think that's where the European mindset is at the moment as well.
I agree, and it's fun to see that there's also funding for these projects, so we're getting backed up, and the vision and strategy, how to do it in practice, how to be successful in the future, not just now, but also into 20, 10 or 50 years. to build the European vision together, as you said. Thank you all. Let's continue during the poster sessions, coffee sessions, and evening dinners, and see you all also tomorrow and on the Thursday. Enjoy.